Hello, hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and open up those doors to our Zoom room. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Daily with Doc. If you are joining us live, make sure that you have that chat feature open so that you can see all of the beneficial information that is going to be shared in the chat. It is not available on any of the live streams. So if you would like to see the information that is on the chat, because our amazing co-hosts, they take and do some amazing dictation and share in writing what Dr. Wallach is recommending and also some other helpful information. So if you are out there in live stream land, wherever that may be, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to join us here live in the Zoom room, Monday through Friday, except for this week. We're off Thursday, Friday. But Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time at DailywithDocZoom.com. As the room is filling up, and I see we've got some people watching out there on YouTube and Rumble and Facebook, and oh my goodness, there's so many I can't even start to list all of them. I think we're on 21 different platforms now, which I think is absolutely incredible. Thanks to my co-hosts. I cannot do this without an amazing support team. So I just want to invite all of you, if you have skills that you would like to contribute to a greater good, something that goes beyond yourself, make sure that you get plugged in somewhere and use those skills to benefit your community. Because when you benefit your community and you have others benefiting a community also that stretches around the world like ours does, it is absolutely incredible the impact that you are able to make as a team, as a group, in whatever it is that you're doing. For us, we focus on wellness. We have an amazing team of health coaches throughout our company that we're working together to make sure people have information they can put in their toolboxes, and then when implemented, you get results. We're all about solutions, folks. So if somebody invited you to this program, make sure that you get back with them and thank them for taking the time to share this information with you, because folks, we're giving you tools, like I said, to put in that toolbox. Tools in a toolbox don't do anything unless you put them to work. But it's always nice to have those tools when you need them. So let's work on not needing them by implementing things now and sharing the information of what it takes to create wellness. Folks, my name is Becca Dukes. I am the hostess of this program. I am also the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health and a trainer with Critical Health News. So welcome to Daily with Doc. If you are part of our subscriber base, thank you. Thank you for being part of that family. And if you have any questions, you can reply back to one of our emails, one of our newsletters, and we'll get you connected with a certified holistic health coach. Make sure that you include in your responses, if you're asking questions that you would like to know what Dr. Wallach's recommendations would be, make sure that you include the weight, the gender, the height of the individual, how much or what it is the main concern, and then any other health concerns, especially those that are being managed by a pharmaceutical. All of those things come into play when it comes to looking at the body as a whole and trying to figure out what it is that's missing, because there are over 600 different confirmed disease conditions that are associated with nutritional deficiencies. Think about it, over 600. That doesn't, I mean, there's a lot of different core health concerns out there, folks, but 600 covers a lot of them. So chances are you or somebody you know may be experiencing some of those symptoms that can, you add nutrition, the body does some amazing stuff. That's all I can say about that. So without further ado, I do want to let you know that this program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. This information is, or this program is for informational purposes only. And folks, the FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, diagnose, cure any diseases. But like I said, when you give the body what it needs, the body itself can do some amazing things. We focus on the whole, not fractionated. So if you're ready to listen, because Dr. Wallach does talk fast, and I do want you to slow down a little bit today, Doc, if you don't mind. Just a little bit. Perfect. Now cut that in half and we will be ready to go. I feel like I forgot something, but let's go ahead, folks. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you, or bring to you, if you already know who this great man is, Dr. Joel Wallach, who has a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. He is a doctor of veterinary medicine. He has 3 postdoctorates in pathology and a naturopathic physician. He is also one of the founding fathers of the science of epigenetics, and he found the first rhesus monkey with cystic fibrosis, which was said to be a genetic human disease. And not only did he find the first case of cystic fibrosis in these monkeys, he also found the cause of it. And I'll let you say the rest of it because you're the doctor. I can't make the claims that you make, but folks, listen up, because the information that you're going to hear today is life-changing. Dr. Wallach, I'm turning it over to you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you, Becca, and thank you, team, for all that you do. And just briefly, yeah, cystic fibrosis, I had just finished my 10-year study at Washington University in St. Louis, a $21 million grant from NIH, because I had found the first mass die-off in America from pollution. Got it published. And so I got a job as a pathologist at the Yerkes Primate Center at Emory University, space monkeys. And I wasn't there but just a couple of months, and I found the first non-human case of cystic fibrosis, and I sent the tissues in blind to pathologists, human pathologists. I think this is cystic fibrosis. What do you think? They said, yeah, it's a great example. And then I told them it was a laboratory animal space monkey. They were all excited. And then I got permission to do biopsies and the other baby monkeys in the colony. And they all had cystic fibrosis because the mothers and dads were all they weren't related in any way other than they were monkeys. They all had different mothers and fathers. And I came up with a paper to be presented to the federal agents. And I had to, of course, present it to the powers that be so they could look at it before I presented it. And they fired me because they said it wasn't a genetic thing like everybody believed. It was a simple nutritional deficiency, and they fired me. And that's when I said, okay, I got to do something different here because they're not really interested in the truth. So I went back to school at the Naturopathic College, and I was teaching nutrition at the same time. I was getting some courses for getting a naturopathic degree, and graduated in, let's see here, was it 1982? 1982 as a naturopathic doctor from the naturopathic school in Portland, Oregon. I'm very proud of that. And it's been a ride, let me tell you. If I can just spend 2 or 3 minutes on this thing with right now with Parkinson's disease, because I got another big piece here. And of course, we know that we have 1 million cases at any one time in the United States of Parkinson's disease. We have 900,000 new diagnoses each year of Parkinson's disease in the United States, and we have 37,000 deaths in the United States each year from Parkinson's disease. We have a population of 332,378,200 and something, 206 or something like that. The Chinese have a population of 1.4 billion. Okay, 1.4 billion. Okay, and let's see here. They have 4.24 million cases of Parkinson's disease. They have, let's see here, they have deaths every year, 87,843. Okay, 87,843. We only have 90,000 deaths. So they have like, gosh, look,
A lot.
no, I take that back. We have 90,000 deaths. We have, 90,000 new cases. There you go. 90,000 new cases. 90,000 new cases. And we have 37,000 deaths. And they have 87,000 deaths. Okay, which is like triple, just about triple. And they have, when it comes to the numbers of, let's see, new cases, they have new cases. And did in small print here. Oh, I got a good light. There we go. Okay, new cases in China. Oh, here, there's 301,522. It's like 3 times the number of cases we have of new cases. 301,522. We have 90,000 new cases. So we're going to be working with the Chinese as well as we are Americans here on the Parkinson's disease, because it's a simple nutritional deficiency disease. It's not genetic, it's not autoimmune. It's very simple nutritional deficiency disease. Of course, we've told the story a couple of times this last week and this week about our patient.
Don't mention a name, please.
I'm not going to mention her name. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And of course, we were able to, she went to the, let's see here, Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Every year for 11 years, you get a physical. And all they talked about was Parkinson's. And so in her 12th year, she was getting ready to go for her 12th annual physical. And she talked to one of our certified health coaches, Kim, and another one, Rebecca, and myself. And she followed our program, which was a totally different diet and a totally different nutrition program. And in 75 days, she went in for her 12th annual physical. And they said, oh, there's something wrong here. Come back tomorrow, because the results they were looking for. So the next day, they still didn't get the results they were looking for. So they said, look, just stop taking all the pharmaceuticals you're taking. We'll see you next year. Okay? And she doesn't have Parkinson's disease anymore. Okay, after 12 years of being treated for it. Okay, by a very highly regarded medical system. Okay, so we're very, very proud of that. And this is going to be a big story. I know we have a big event coming up here in a couple of days, and this is going to be a big story at that event, and it's going to be published in the Certified Health Coaches, is it journal? Is that what it is, Rebecca?
Yes, it's Institute of Holistic Health Coaches Journal. So Coaches in Action, and just promoting what nutrition does, Dr. Wallach, when we follow it based on your formulas, not fractionated nutrition. So that's just one of the places that it's going to be published, but your case reports, Dr. Wallach, they're going to go above and beyond that. So
oh, yeah.
It's been exciting, Doc.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. We're going to help a lot of people. That's the main thing. And I found the reference to the studies we did in China. Okay. I got the reference and the date when it was published in China with all those autopsies and those kids. So, because I know we have another big thing coming up on that because of these heart attacks that these young people are getting. And of course, we just had another one, another famous one. Let's see here, basketball player's son, who's a basketball player. That just happened. This was yesterday. Had a heart attack. Died. Huh?
LeBron James's son.
Yeah, Bronny.
LeBron James. So
yeah, and his son's name is Bronny. And the son's name is Bronny James, Bronny James, after LeBron James. And he just had a heart attack yesterday, and he was saved. You know, they had some emergency medical teams there, and just was perfect to save this kid. That's good. And he's stable right now. But so many of them die because they don't get good care right away. They die. And this is caused by the same thing that caused son of a death syndrome. When we put the nutrients into the baby formulas, we sued the FDA 8 times in federal court, forced them to put these nutrients in the baby formulas like Enfamil and Similac. We ended son of a death syndrome, SIDS. Doctors thought mothers were laying on the babies and suffocating them. That's how they wrote it up. Their mothers were laying on the babies and suffocating them. It was just a simple nutritional deficiency. We put those nutrients in the baby formulas. Within 90 days, there were no more new cases of the son of a death syndrome. We're proud of that. Well, here we go now. These kids now, they're all in their teens and 20s and 30s, and they're having heart attacks and dying of heart attacks, but it's all caused by the same thing. It was causing son of a death syndrome in 3-month-old babies. Okay, but we took care of that with lawsuits to get the nutrients to the baby formulas. Now we got to educate everybody to start taking our 90 essential nutrients, especially if they're exercising. And I wrestled at the university level. I played football in high school and the university level. I wrestled in high school and never had a problem. Okay, and I only weighed 110 pounds, and I'm wrestling. I was fighting people my own weight, but in football, I'm 110 pounds. The other guys are always 180, 200, 300 pounds. So, and I came out the better because I was taking the nutrients and they weren't.
Well, Dr. Wallach, I would like to bring on one of our co-hosts today who is into sports nutrition. And we have with us AJ. AJ has this particular interest in kids and sports and wellness. And he just has a few things that he would like to add to this story, Dr. Wallach.
Well, please.
AJ.
Welcome. You're on, AJ.
AJ, go ahead and unmute.
Yes, Doc. Thank you very much. You've been talking about this for years. I watched your video, Dead Athletes Don't Lie. You've been talking about how thousands of athletes under the age of 25 die annually from this cardiomyopathic heart attack, and how you created Rebound, the sports drink, to assist young athletes and have them drink this and with the EFAs and keep them safe while they're performing in sports. And it's one of those things where it goes around that people are saying that this is a new phenomenon, that it hasn't been happening for years and years. I have proof because of following you. My Twitter feed was full of these events that kept occurring prior to us even hearing about a pandemic. So I just wanted to have your opinion again, just to reiterate what you've already said about the occurrence of these young athletes and athletes in general and people who sweat, and the importance of the nutrients.
Yes, well, very good. Thank you, AJ. Well, you have to appreciate that the top selling sports drink in America is Red Bull. Everybody knows about Red Bull. And you get your energy from Red Bull from sugar and caffeine. Red Bull has one mineral in it, magnesium. I'll repeat that. Red Bull has one mineral in it, magnesium. That's what they add to it. Okay. And our Rebound, okay, we have it in 6 cancers, we have it in cans, and our Rebound has 75 minerals in it. We're getting our energy from the 75 minerals. There is like about 1/3 to 1/4 of the caffeine in our Rebound as there is in Red Bull. There's 1/4, okay, 1/3 of the sugar in our Rebound compared to Red Bull, okay? And so this is something that I know I always, when I see this on TV, I call Rebecca right away. Say, have you seen this news? And what's happening is everybody's telling different stories. And so people are getting insufficient information is what I'll say. They're getting insufficient information. The coaches don't know anything about this. the doctors who hang around the students in high schools and colleges don't know anything about this. And so that's why we have these problems. We have the tools, and we have to educate everybody on the tools, and we can stop this immediately. We can stop this as of today. There should not be another heart attack. As I can say, I look at Fox News about 18 times a day, and every day there's all these young athletes. They're 12, 15, 17, 18, 25, 30, dying of heart attacks. Totally unnecessary. Okay, totally unnecessary, because if they were taking a Rebound and staying away from the bad stuff, including carbonated water, because carbonated water neutralizes stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals and digest food. You need stomach acid. The good Lord gave us stomach acid so we can have that facet in our digestion. Okay, and so if you're drinking carbonated drinks with your meals, you're killing yourself, because you're neutralizing your stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. So please, please, please don't drink carbonated drinks. And we have a can of Rebound that's carbonated. So what I always recommend to people, that's along with the sticks and the canisters, the cans do have carbonation. So I say pop the tops on, I pop the tops on 2 of them, put them in the refrigerator at night. In the morning, they're flat, all the bubbly's gone. And I'll, drink one with breakfast. I'll drink half of the second one at lunch, and then the second half of the second one throughout the afternoon. So I'm getting my Rebound all day, in addition to my 2 doses of my Healthy Brain and Heart Pack and my MSM and my collagen peptides and my Synaptive and my I-26. I take enough stuff for 50 people, okay? But that's why I'm 84 years old and don't have any problems, okay? I'm not on any prescription drugs. I'm 84 years old. I can still duke it out with the 7. So I hope that answers your question, AJ.
Well, and I wanted to make sure that he, because as we were doing our pre-show, everything, he was telling us about how he was getting those feeds, Dr. Wallach, every time something, a news article would come up in regards to a young person dying that was an athlete or having a heart attack or cardiac arrest. And it was just, it was ongoing. It's not like it's
it got to make you feel terrible. Got to make you feel terrible. We're America. We're supposed to have the best doctors in the world, or the best sports in the world. Why are we having our young athletes dying? Why do we have 2-year-olds dying of Parkinson's disease? It's supposed to be an old person's disease. We got babies being born with Parkinson's disease. What's going on here? It's a lack of nutrition. It's just a lack of nutrition.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's fix that, folks. That's something super simple to fix. And sometimes because of mindset, we think it's difficult, but like I said, it is mindset. So we have the good foods, bad foods list that Dr. Wallach has put together on our website, DailywithDoc.com. Again, look for the good foods, bad foods list in our menu options, and make sure that you print it out. Or if you're on your mobile device, do screenshots so that when you go shopping for food, you can focus on those good foods and leave the bad foods out of the cart. It's those bad foods that some of them have been deemed as health food that's actually causing digestive issues that then hinders our absorption of minerals. And then there's no minerals and nutrients in the food anyways. So not only is the absorption hindered, there's nothing to absorb. We have to be intentional, especially if we're active, Dr. Wallach.
I'm going to throw in peace in here. Okay, before 1882, we were getting our nutritional minerals from wood ashes and coal ashes, because around the world, from before biblical time, before 3,000 years, human beings were using wood and coal as fuel, and they would take the wood ashes and put them in their food, the coal ashes, put them in their food, in their food in their gardens. And wood ashes and coal ashes were 95% minerals out of the soil. Okay, and that's where you're burning wood as fuel and coal as fuel. And they were putting these wood ashes and coal ashes into their food and also into the garden, and they get a bigger yield. So they knew that if they put the wood ashes and coal ashes into the garden, they get a bigger yield. But what they didn't know was the plants, the onions and the squash and cucumbers and tomatoes and beans were all sucking up those minerals as well. And so when you ate the food that was grown in the garden, fertilizer, the wood ashes, you're getting more minerals. Also, another piece is nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket on the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. So you can eat the same recipe as your twin brother, okay, and he doesn't have any problems. You're eating the same recipe, and you're on 14 different prescription drugs and had your left leg amputated. Have this. They're talking about heart transplant. All this. What's going on? Okay, the doctor says it's genetic. Well, how come my brother doesn't have it? He's my twin, identical twin. Okay, well, that's because he's getting all those nutrients. And so this is why we have these nutrients, and we have a flip chart coming out here pretty soon. Okay, Rebecca's working hard on that to get that finished. Okay, so we get that out, and that's going to educate everybody on these nutrients preventing all these diseases. Now, when we went to electricity in 1882, Thomas Edison pulled a switch. How many minerals are produced when we use electricity?
Zero.
Zero. Okay, well, that book had to move it a little bit to your right, to your right, to your right. There you go, a little bit more. Okay, I can only see H. Okay, I'll see the whole thing.
You've got something in the way. It's entered on my screen. Trust me, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, Hell's Kitchen. Okay, Hell's Kitchen is a book that talks about the transfer from wood and coal as fuel to electricity and the nutritional deficiencies that major transformation has caused. Because we were getting for thousands of years our nutritional minerals from wood ashes and coal ashes. When we went to electricity, our source of nutritional minerals that we've been getting for thousands. That's why so many of these primitive countries like Hunza, their life expectancy is 120. They don't have a single medical doctor. We have all these medical doctors that are the greatest medical doctors in the world. Just ask them. Oh, our life expectancy is 75 and the Hunza is 120. Okay, some of our people live to be in the 80s and low and middle 90s. Every once in a while, get one that lives to be 100. But in Hunza, their life expectancy is 120, and many live to be 130, 140, 150. Okay, because they're getting all these minerals because they live in the land flowing with milk and honey. It's not a mythical thing. It's an actual, absolute biochemical thing. And 3,000 years ago, they didn't have the capacity to analyze it and know what was in the milk and then the milk flowing from milk and honey. But it was the minerals in there that was making people live longer and published in the Bible 3,000 years ago. So there you go.
Well, Dr. Wallach, you had mentioned genetics, and this is my favorite book right here because of the things that I was told that I had that were said to be genetic, and they weren't. Epigenetics, the death of the genetic theory of disease transmission.
Yes, there are no genetically transmitted diseases. None, zero.
Account that what we put in our mouths or don't put in our mouth affects our health. That's just common sense for me. So yeah, epigenetics, folks. Hell's Kitchen. Dead doctors don't lie. Let's play doctor. Let's play herbal doctor. Rare herbs, forbidden cures. These are all just a few of the names of the books that Dr. Wallach has written and published and available through wellness publications. You can find his books at drjwallach.com. That is drjwallach.com. Well, Dr. Wallach, are you ready to take some questions from the audience? We have some hands up. We've got some questions out in the live stream land. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm always ready.
All right. Well, first, let's go to Sherry. Sherry, go ahead and join us here on screen. And what questions do you have for Dr. Wallach today?
Thank you very much. I have two from our listeners. The first one is a question about someone who has Hashimoto's disease and severe sciatica. It doesn't say how.
Is thyroid, correct? Hashimoto's is thyroid, correct?
No, sciatica.
Oh, sciatica.
No, Hashimoto's, yes, is associated with the thyroid.
Okay, yes, that's correct. I'm sorry. And sciatica, that she has those two issues. She weighs about 250 pounds. That's all I know. What would you recommend?
Okay, 250 pounds. Get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat and barley, rye, oats. There are no such things as gluten-free oats. The gluten oats might be called gliadin, but it's still gluten. no buckwheat. There's no gluten in buckwheat, but they have phagopyrines, F-A-G-O-pyrines, which are 10 times worse than gluten. No sugar, no carbonated drinks. The diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb anything. At 250 pounds, do we know how tall she is, Sherry?
No, it doesn't say, doctor.
Okay, so let's say she's an average woman. Okay, maybe what, 5'6", 5'8", somewhere in there, maybe. Okay, so she needs to lose 100 pounds. Needs to lose 100 pounds. So let's get her on one of our keto shake per day. It doesn't have to be the same meal every day, but one meal a day, our keto shake. And it's not to add on to a meal; it's a meal replacer. Okay, and it comes in chocolate and strawberry, and she will lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. And then she also needs to be taking 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose thing twice a day. She needs 2 bottles a month of the MSM. She can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, and dinner time. That's going to help her with her cartilage and ligaments and tendons and connective tissues for the sciatica piece. Okay. And then she also needs 2 bottles a month of her Ocean's Gold. So you can take 3 twice a day. That's going to help support her thyroid. She needs her Fucoid Z, 2 bottles a month. So she can take 3 of those twice a day. That comes from the other ocean. Okay. So you're getting minerals from 2 different sources. Okay. And that's the thyroid will respond very, very well. That was the first paper I wrote when I had 500 sheep die in one night. Okay. See here, they couldn't maintain their body temperatures, okay, because their thyroids were dead. They were drinking pollution contaminated water for 6 months, and all 500 of them died in one night because the temperature dropped to 16. They couldn't tolerate the temperature drop. So that was my first scientific paper. And so I learned about thyroid issues very quickly. Okay. And so let's see here. I think that. Okay. And so it wouldn't hurt to throw in the ultimate enzymes called the gallbladder bottle. She could take 2 or 3 of those, say 10 to 15 minutes for each meal with ounces of water. And that's going to help her absorb all the good stuff because she's going to have to get rid of all the bad stuff. And then contact us every couple of weeks. And because she needs to stay on these nutrients, we can help, cut her dosage and stuff like that based on her body weight. And people are wanting to know what happened to that gal Sherry was talking about, okay?
Okay, thank you. One more question from one of our listeners. And they have a latent onset autoimmune diabetes in adults. Never heard of that, with stage 4 kidney disease. Myasthenia gravis, I'm not sure what that is.
Myasthenia.
Myasthenia, okay. And other smaller conditions. This person has already started on the Healthy Body Start Pack with Sweeties, and they want to know how long it will take before they see any benefit. They're very worried about having to go on dialysis.
Okay. Well, they need to get rid of all the bad foods that absorb this stuff. Okay. Do we know how much this person weighs?
They don't say.
Okay. Well, per 100 pounds of body weight, 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. They weigh 130 pounds, be 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. They have a dose twice a day, 1 bottle a month per 100 pounds of body weight of the MSM, 3 twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. Also need the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. That's going to support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries in the brain, the heart, and the kidneys. Okay. And then if she's on high blood pressure medication, don't cold turkey off the high blood pressure medication, but as the blood pressure drops, you can slowly reduce the medication. Same thing with the diabetes. Needs to add to this the, let's see here, I threw in the Sweeties, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. And if she's on diabetes medication, don't cold turkey after that, but as the blood sugar begins to drop, they can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. Myasthenia gravis is kind of everything from the brain to muscles, okay, stuff, okay? And there's a balance problem, might have something to do with myelin, okay? And so myelin, the brain and spinal cord, okay? And so it's one of those things where wouldn't hurt to throw in the Synaptive, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight, and also throw in the, let's see here, is this, the I-26, a minimum of 2 servings, better yet 3 servings a day, and then contact us every couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. And Dr. Wallach, back to genetics. So Sonia has a question here in the chat. She says sickle cell is a genetic disease though, right?
No,
No.
sickle cell anemia is a nutritional deficiency, okay, in the embryo, causing damage to the bone marrow, okay, and so you get cells that are sickled because you're getting damaged cells being produced, okay. It's not a genetic thing, but it is a nutritional deficiency thing that the mother had before she got pregnant, okay, and the baby suffered because the baby's bone marrow was afflicted because mama didn't have enough of the right stuff, okay, to prevent sickle cell anemia. Now you can, again, we don't know how old this person is they're talking about. Is it 1 day old, 1 month old, 1 year old, 10 years old, 25 years old? But we need to get the nutrients into this baby, this person, okay, to do the thing for the bone marrow as much as possible. And here again is where when you're dealing with bone marrow, you want to deal with the collagen peptides, you want to deal with the MSM, and that helps with the white blood cells, the red blood cells. And when you're helping with the red blood cells, it's going to reduce, let's say you might have 25 to 30% sickle cells. Well, if they can get the sickle cell level down to say 2% or something like that, it won't be a clinical issue, okay? And so that's kind of where I would go with it. And, call us every couple of weeks and we'll walk you through it.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And next we have a question here. We have Wheeler on with us, and he has a question about eggs and cholesterol, Dr. Wallach. So Wheeler, go ahead, and you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Okay, Dr. Wallace, I wanted to raise the issue that my doctor wants to put me on cholesterol medicine. I started taking the Tangerine, the OsteoFlex, and the EFA Plus, and daily for the last 5 or 6 months, I've followed your recommendation to eat eggs with butter. On my last meeting with doctor, he had a cholesterol rating about 220, and he thought it was too high and was going to suggest that I get on cholesterol medicine. And basically my cholesterol has been ranging from 200 milligrams to that 220 in the last 4 years. What, if anything, can I do to avoid taking out cholesterol?
Okay. Well, first of all, cholesterol is an essential nutrient, makes up 25% of your brain and spinal cord weight. You do not want to be lowering your cholesterol, with drugs. How much do you weigh, sir?
About 155 to 160.
Okay. All right. Well, again, 155 to 160, none of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, no bar, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, even the diet drinks and carbonated water got to go. And then 155 pounds, I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month. The whole thing, bits and pieces, but 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full dose twice a day. Then I want you to have 2 bottles a month of our MSM, so you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, or dinner time, and they're going to help support your bone marrow, your bones, your cartilage, your ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including your valves and your skin and all that kind of stuff. Also, I want you to have the collagen peptides, take a scoop of that, your morning drinks, whether evening drink. I also want you to have our Synaptive, take 3 of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. That's going to help your brain cells and spinal cord cells talk to each other. I also want you to have our I-26. Take 3 servings a day. They come in chewables. They actually have a deal going on right now for the banana coconut chewables. Okay, so I'm ordering about 6 bottles of those. Okay, because they're on, they have a deal going on with those, and so they actually help your body manage blood cholesterol levels. Okay, the I-26, and okay, and so go ahead and take that. Cholesterol is an essential nutrient, makes up 25% of your brain weight, makes up in some places more than 25%, in some places it might be 50% in your brain. Okay, also in your spinal cord and also in these big peripheral nerves in your arms and legs and stuff. We have a lot of myelin insulating materials. Okay, you need that cholesterol. All right, and so I wouldn't personally, I would not take any cholesterol medication. I'm not your doctor, so I can't rant and rave and say don't take it, but I wouldn't take it. And again, you want to get a hold of the materials and get a hold of the deposit we just talked about. Give your brain and your spinal cord what it wants. Those it's soft scrambled eggs with butter. You can have soft poached, soft boiled, not hard boiled, not fried, but soft poached and okay, or soft boiled and soft scrambled with butter. I have the breakfast and dinner at least 5 days, 6 days a week. Okay, and then it's one of those things where and I take the I-26. I take 3 of those three times a day. I stepped it up, okay? And I was taking 2 3 times a day, but I've stepped it up to 3 times a day now, okay? And so because I'm reading more and more and more about the history of this and how many mess ups the medical profession has made by telling people to get off of cholesterol. That's like telling an athlete, stay off of oxygen. Stay off of oxygen. The iron in your red blood cells is going to rust. Oh my God, I can't have rusty red blood cells. Okay, well, what can I say? They're giving out misinformation. And so this is why we have the books and CDs and stuff like that. So you can look at it yourself. And if you want to track down the references, I put the references in there so you can make your own decisions. But we're giving you something that can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life and reduce the risk of things like Alzheimer's disease, reduce the risk of Parkinson's disease, reduce the risk of these types of diseases. Okay, they have those diseases, they go away. Okay, so don't forget the I-26, very important here.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right. Thank you, Willer. And one other thing, Dr. Wallach, that I have found is when people's their cholesterol is low, so is their libido.
Yeah, because guess what? Sex hormones are made from cholesterol.
Yeah. Imagine that. All right. That would be population control, though, wouldn't it? But everybody says they have no cholesterol, no libido, and there's no babies. Anyways.
The doctor's getting his check every month.
Yes, this is true. Let's go to the next hand. That is up, and JT, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go
Awesome.
ahead. You're on live with
Thank
Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
Can I actually ask 2 questions? One's pretty quick, and then one's about a friend's condition.
Absolutely.
Okay. So first off, I've been getting migraines for about the last 10 to 15 years, and they're triggered by either sitting too long, or if I wait till the end of the day to eat, and I eat too many carbs or some gluten, I get a migraine. The only thing that's ever helped is either taking a really cold shower or icing my head. And I've been on the digestion pack for about a month now, and I noticed recently.
Stop there. Have you ever had an MRI of your skull to see if you have osteoporosis of the skull?
No.
Yeah, I'd get an MRI. Okay, it's not no radiation to it, and you get a really, really good picture. You want to get a hold of that book, it's all in your head. How many times you wake up at night to urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times?
Every now and again, maybe once, but not very often.
Okay. Do you have any tinnitus, any ringing in your ears?
Maybe, I only notice it if I get, maybe a little bit sometimes, but not very usually. I used to play in a metal band.
Okay. And then do you have any balance problems, any balance issues?
No, but when I'm getting a migraine, I get really dizzy and I end up throwing up.
Okay. Have you ever taken your blood sugar when you have those events?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Do you ever get sleepy an hour or so after you eat a big meal?
Yes. If I eat a lot of carbs, I do.
Okay, yeah, you have reactive hypoglycemia. It may be that hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, that's causing your problems here. So that's definitely a problem. So you need to, and how much do you weigh, sir?
About 200, and I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay, so None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, and oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks and the carbonated water got to go. And then at 200 pounds, I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full dose filling twice a day, 2 bottles of the MSM per month. So you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, or dinner time. That's going to help the bone marrow, the bones, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. Want you to also have the collagen and peptides. Scuba that in your morning drink, scuba evening drink. I also want you to get our sweeties. Take 3 of those twice, 2 bottles a month. That's going to help you manage your blood sugar so you don't get sort of lightheaded after you eat a big meal. And also, if you're missing a meal or late for a meal, you might have low blood sugar. Okay, that's all can be involved with some of your complaints. Okay. And have you ever taken your blood sugar? Do you know what your blood sugar runs?
No idea.
Okay, I do that. Get that. You know, you can go to a pharmacy without a prescription and get everything you need to do your own blood sugar. Okay, check it out. And so, yeah, stay away from sugar. And then, you know, give us a call every couple of weeks. It wouldn't hurt to throw in the I-26. You want 3 doses of 2 each minimum. Okay, they come, like I say, in chewables. They also come in capsules. They also come in powder, whichever is easiest for you. And I would also throw in the Synaptive. Throw in 2 or 3 of those 2 times a day. This can help your brain cells talk to each other and level some of that stuff out. Okay. Did you have a second question?
Yeah, actually, the first question that I had was why I drank 3 scoops of BTT and I was getting a migraine and it went completely away. I was wondering what happened.
Okay, well, you could have low blood sugar. Okay, and when you take, and you take the BTT, okay, you're getting your liver is working, your pancreas is working, your heart's working, everything's working better because you're getting 215 nutrients.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not just getting 1 minute, you're not just taking iron, you're getting 215 nutrients when you're taking the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Okay. And so so the fact that you gain benefit from the tangerine when you're having those issues tells me that you do have blood sugar issues, you have some myelin issues in the brain and so forth, and spinal cord. And so this is going to, all your complaints are going to go away pretty quickly.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, contact us every couple of weeks and go to the pharmacy and get the equipment and test your blood sugar when you kind of have those feelings and see what there is. And when you're in good shape, you know, take your blood sugar again so you know what it's supposed to be. And when it's too low, too high, you know what feelings you get. Okay.
Cool. I'll do that today.
Okay, great.
So the second question was for a friend. Sorry, did you want to say?
Just real quick, JT, doesn't it feel great not to have a migraine?
Yeah, I was shocked because it had never gone away before. It's always just gotten worse, and the ice just kind of plateaued it. But this just instantly, it was completely gone after 3 scoops.
Yeah, I felt the same thing. I just wanted to get your input on that. Go ahead with your second question, sir.
Thank you. I've got a buddy. He's 48, 5'10", 175 pounds. He takes methotrexato, formerly known as methoptrin. He's got psoriasis and arthritis, and he's wondering if there's anything that he could do.
Okay. He weighs 175 pounds?
Yep.
Okay. None of the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, and oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, including carbonated diet drinks and also carbonated water. No. 175 pounds, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs a month, full dose twice a day, 2 bottles a month of the MSM. So you take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, at dinner time for the cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue for his joints and all that kind of stuff, and arthritis. And then also, let's see here, he had, let's see, what was the other one? I can't even read my own writing.
Psoriasis.
Oh, psoriasis. Okay, yeah. The collagen peptides, a scoop of that with his morning drink, a scoop of his evening drink. That'll be 2 of those little cancers per month. We also have the hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails. Get 2 bottles a month, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. And that's going to rebuild the skin as well as the collagen peptides and the MSM are going to help rebuild the skin, because your skin, 2/3 of your skin thickness is the same stuff your heart valves and your tendons and ligaments are made out of. Your skin is a very high fiber tissue. Okay, it's made out of the same fibers that your tendons and ligaments are made out of.
Awesome.
Okay, so it'll be a miracle for him. We see literally thousands of people a month all over the world. We're in 80 countries, and psoriasis is a very common nutritional deficiency disease that afflicts the skin, but it also afflicts his joints. It's afflicting the skin, it's affecting his knees, it's affecting his shoulders, the clickety shoulders, and all that kind of stuff. But the scary thing is, it also affects the connective tissue and the tendons and the heart valves.
Mm.
Heart valves are made out of the same thing that your tendons and ligaments are made out of. Okay,
Mhm.
you have a failure there, it's game over.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, JT, for coming on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Dr. Wallach. So we have an individual that's been on medications for AFib, and he wants to get off those medications for AFib. It started back in November of 2022. He's 35 years old and 6'2", 300 pounds. He just wants off the medications for AFib. So, Dr. Wallach, from my understanding, those medications are treating the heart, but AFib, is it a heart condition?
No. Yeah, AFib, you got the right question there. Atrial fibrillation is not a heart condition. And of course, the most dangerous, the most deadly medical treatment is used to treat AFib. Okay, they anesthetize you, cut you open, take your heart out, touch a hot branding iron to your heart, trying to find the place in your heart that's making it beat irregularly and all that kind of stuff. It's not a heart issue when you have AFib, atrial fibrillation. It's osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, which goes to your heart and screws your heart rate up. You can have bradycardia, slow heart rate. You can have tachycardia, fast heart rate, or you can have atrial fibrillation when your heart is doing all kinds of weird stuff. So he needs to get a hold of the book and CD set. It's all in your head, and read chapter 10, which covers the 10th cranial nerve. And then his body weight, let's see here, 300 pounds. Okay, needs 3 healthy brain and heart packs a month, full dose everything at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He needs 3 bottles a month of the here MSM, so he can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, and dinner. He needs to see, I'd go again with 3 bottles a month of the collagen peptides, so he can take a scoop with breakfast, a scoop with lunch, a scoop with dinner time. And then he also needs the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I'd have him take 2 bottles of those per month, so he can take 3 twice a day to support healthy blood flow through kidneys, blocked arteries in the brain and the heart. Okay. He also needs let's see here. I'd also throw in oh, I want him to have a keto shake. Okay, 1 meal a day, a keto shake. Doesn't have to be the same meal every day. Now, this is a meal replacer. The keto shake is not to add to a meal. It's a meal replacer. It comes with chocolate and strawberry. And you can have 1 meal a day or a keto shake. Remember, it's a meal replacer, not to add to a meal. And you'll lose a half pound to 2 pounds a day. And if you're 6'2", you should be weighing about 210 pounds, 220 pounds. And you need to lose at least 80 pounds. Okay. And so at half a pound to 2 pounds a day, you're looking at anywhere from 3 to 6 months. You're going to lose the weight you need to lose. And then I would stay on everything that way. Okay. And it's one of those things you have to, you can reduce your medication. Okay. You can reduce your supplement program to a 200-pound person instead of a 300-pound person. But I would stay on products, because otherwise you're going to be in big trouble and you'll go right back up the ramp again. You say it didn't work for you when it did work for you, but then you quit the stuff. It's kind of like quitting oxygen. Okay. You can't quit oxygen, but you have to stay on oxygen forever, even when you're sleeping. Okay.
That's
Okay.
right. We always need oxygen, and I know you need to go to your next program. So thank you again, Dr. Wallach, for joining us here on Daily with Doc. Folks, we covered a lot of information, and I know we didn't get to all the questions. There is one question that I wanted to go ahead and add to, because the protocol that Dr. Wallach just recommended, the products that he just recommended for the osteoporosis of the skull, it is something that can be used for all different types of connective issue that affects the nerves. And when we're looking at, for Sonia here, with the numbness and tingling in the fingertips, carpal tunnel is one of the things that she mentioned. Vertigo, that's another thing that is Dr. Wallach has found to be part of osteoporosis of the skull. It's in his book. It's all in your head. So we encourage you to get that book again at drjwallach.com. And then the protocol that Dr. Wallach just provided for this person with AFib, you're going to do that to body weight. So for your weight, Sonia, it's going to be half of what Dr. Wallach recommended. Now, it's amazing, folks, what the body can do. We can breathe better, we sleep better, we function better, we can think better just by giving the body the 90 essential nutrients. And don't forget those essential fatty acids. So very important for all soft tissue. Dr. Wallach, in some of my conversations with him, when I'm talking with him, and we have these individuals, young and old, who are suffering with lung issues. We put them on the 90 essential nutrients. The brain and heart pack specifically, it has 2 different types of essential fatty acids, 2 different products coming from different sources with different ratios of the omegas 3, 6s, and 9s, and different things like the DHA, the ALA, the AL, the EPA, all these different forms of essential fatty acids that are essential because our bodies can't make them. And if we don't put them in, they're not going to be there. And the body needs those things to function at its optimal best. So folks, it's an investment into your own health, into the health of your children, into the health of your families. And if we start at home, and then the people around us see how much better we are doing, and they start asking questions, and then they get on a program and they start doing better, and then their circle of influence starts doing better. Imagine what our skyrocketing costs of disease will do. Start dropping. Imagine all the different severe health conditions that are going like pandemic rates on nutritional deficient conditions. So let's do our part. Please share this program with somebody that you know, especially if they're suffering. Dr. Wallach's mission, the 90 for Life crusade to save and heal the humanity and the world, is something real, something that is needed around the world. If I could get my co-hosts on with me, I would greatly appreciate that. Folks, if you were invited by somebody specific to watch this program, whether you're here live or watching a replay, make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. They cared enough. They took the time to share this program with you. Make sure that you tell them thank you, and let them know that you're interested in getting more information about what you heard today. If you got a solution or a recommendation based on somebody else's condition that pertains to you, say, hey, I watched that program. That person has some of the same things that I'm dealing with. I want to get started. And they'll be able to help you get the products. If there's nobody to thank and you would like to speak with a coach, I do have a call team standing by. For those who have never spoken to anybody about longevity, about Dr. Wallach, about the products, you may call 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. Or if you prefer to use email, go to our website, DailywithDoc.com. Use that contact option that you'll find in the menu. That will send us an email. I will get you connected with a coach that is in your area or has specific experience with what you are dealing with. and we'll make sure that we get you taken care of as well using Dr. Wallach's formulas and solutions. It's not us telling you what is needed for this and that. Yes, we've gone through a course for most of us, and yes, we have certification, but Dr. Wallach has done the research. He's been the one that's instrumental in the formulas and the formulations of the products. He's the one who had the clinics where he took his solutions and put them into action in his patients, and he had great results. I mean, we have Marvin Ropp with us every so often, where they talk about their experience in working in communities with high rates of muscular dystrophy. Folks, there's a lot that happens when nutrition is missing. The body can't function, not properly anyways. So let's share this message, help people get what their bodies are starving for so that they can go from just barely surviving to thriving. I have with me today, I have Phyllis, who's been with the company longer than anybody else on our team. She is like one of the originals who, her and her husband were very instrumental in getting Dr. Wallach initially on the radio. So we have a lot of thanks going out to them. Thank you so much, Phyllis and Andy, and for being mentors for me in this journey. I wouldn't be here without you, because you helped me get started as far as knowing that there are people in this family and community that help. It doesn't matter where you're at. You helped me, and I thank you so much for doing that and sharing that love. We have Ruth Ellen Sanchez, who also, like Phyllis, loves people. It doesn't matter what. We want to make sure that people are getting what they need so that they can also thrive, because we felt the difference. We believe in the message. We believe in the products, folks. We would not be here without that belief, because you know, there's just something about having integrity. And if you promote something without having that integrity, knowing that something is going to help or not help, you don't have that belief, but you're still pushing it, that's just not right. And that's where we can be confident in being able to have this program and bring Dr. Wallach and the products to you. We also have Sherry, who has been through other coaching programs, not just the one that's offered by the Institute of Holistic Health and the Certified Holistic Health Coach course, where she just loves the program so much, got on program with the products, and is now incorporating that into her coaching program that she already had going, and finding great results and being able to help more and more people where they're at with their nutritional deficiencies. We have Marilyn, who is a full-time caregiver and just loving on people, again, where they're at, and helping them figure out through Dr. Wallach's protocols, through our program, through our health evaluation system, and getting those deficiencies met so that they can get to that other side of what nutritional deficiencies do to the body. Thank you, Marilyn. She and Phyllis both go through and do dictation within our chat, which is so helpful, because I used to do it myself, and to run the show, let people in, do the dictation. You don't know how much I appreciate you. So thank you, thank you. And AJ, who again is coming to us from a sports and sports nutrition background, among other things, just like a brain, especially when it comes to media and getting the word out. He is helping us get on all of these platforms. Yes, I'm talking about you, sir. And making sure that the message is being heard. Again, he believes in the message so much that we're on different time zones, and I'm working till 10, 11 o'clock my time. He's on with me, which is 1, 2 o'clock his time in the morning, but we're getting it done. And the same with Ruth Allen. She's right there with us. Then sometimes she and I go later. Folks, we do this because we care about people. We care about you. And we care about our community and all of our coaches that are in this with us, whether they're in our group, our specific, little box team, it doesn't matter. We're here for the greater good, and that is to reach people around the world where they're at and ending these epidemic levels of nutrient deficient conditions. So we just want to invite you to give Dr. Wallach 9 days. 90 days to feel the difference on one of his programs that meets you where you're at in your health journey. Because folks, from coming from a side that was very dark and bleak, and I really didn't want to see what old age felt like because I hurt so bad even at 30, to now over 50, feeling great and looking forward to that century mark. Until next time, thank you for joining us here on Daily with Doc. You can go to our website, DailywithDoc.com. Make sure that you sign up for our newsletter so that you can get a weekly report of our different programs from last week, including the descriptions to make it easier for you to share with other people. If you are on any social media platform and search for either Critical Health News or Daily with Doc and like and love our channels, share them with people. That's how we're going to make the biggest impact when it comes to getting this message out, folks. And let's see what else. So we have replays on the website. We have the 10 good foods, bad foods list on the website. We also have our Q&A with Pharmacist Ben. For those of you who have not heard Pharmacist Ben teach, he is absolutely incredible. One of the best health lecturers, I'm trying to think of the right word, health lectures I have ever encountered, ever hosted. He is absolutely incredible, and I know you're going to love him as well. So lots of information on our website. Again, if you are here because somebody invited you, get back with them. If there's nobody to thank, you found us on your own. We also have a store on our website, www.dailywithdoc.com, that has all the products that Dr. Wallach mentioned today. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.